This instructional video is over textbook page 206. For number 11, we're going to create our own graph based on the story provided. A baker has already made 10 cakes. She can make the same number of cakes each hour, which she does for 5 hours. Sketch the graph of the relationship between the number of cakes made and time. So when we are looking at our first problem, we are referencing that she has already made 10 cakes. So our starting point is going to be at the 10 and not at 0. It tells us that she makes the same number of cakes each hour, which is going to be a constant rate of change, meaning it is going to be a straight line. And so we're going to go a straight line up to 5 hours. And so we're going to draw our diagonal line, a straight line up to the 5-hour mark. 12, we are going to sketch the graph for the story provided. An air cannon launches a t-shirt upward toward basketball fans. It reaches a maximum height and then descends for a couple of seconds until a fan grabs it. Sketch the graph that represents this situation. For our starting point, we're going to start slightly up the graph because the t-shirt cannon is not starting on the ground. It would be starting in someone's hands. They would hold it and shoot the cannon into the stands. So it's not starting on the ground. It is already starting up high. When you shoot the cannon, it is going to go up into the air. It's going to reach what they call the maximum height, and then it's going to go back down until a fan catches it. For our ending point, we are not going to go all the way back to the end, as it says a fan grabs it, meaning it is not hitting the floor. It stays in their hands. So it stays again up in the air, above the ground. It wants us to create our own problem, referencing the information on the side, talking about total people and time. For this problem, I'm going to use the school starting day. When the doors open at 7:15, there are no students. Several students get off the bus and come inside. After a short while, more buses of students arrive. So our graph would start at 0 because it starts with 0 students. At 7:15, several people get off the bus, so our line increases. It stays constant for a short while we wait for more buses. And when the next round of buses come, more students get off the bus, more students arrive. 14, a baseball team scores the same number of runs in each of the first 4 innings. After that, the team did not score a run for the rest of the game, which lasts 9 innings. Let X represent the innings of the game and Y represent the total number of runs. So the team would start with 0 runs, and then it would increase until it got to the 4th inning, and then it would stay flat as it goes through the 9th inning, because it says they scored the same number of runs for 4 innings, and then they did not score a run for the rest of the game. For part B, how would the graph change if the innings in which the team scores runs changes? The graph would change to include the runs scored in more innings. The constant section would change to an increasing one. If they continued to score runs, then that constant section would continue to increase as it does in the beginning.